Welcome to episode 100. Woo! All right, we have got a great show tonight. We have not started yet. This is the pre-show. Listen, hopefully people are tuning in right now to get in for the call-in. Here's what we've got. We have a Discord, okay? Discord.planestalkerspodcast.com. It's at the bottom. You can join the live show stage, and I think it's a stage and audience. I don't know. I named it.
Yeah, live show stage, and audience.
Okay, this is where you're going to go to join us. You're going to join the audience, and if you want to hop in, just raise your hand or let us know. Send me a private message, whatever. We'll get you guys in. All right, we very much want to have people in. We've already got one guy in there now. We've tested it. Things look good. It's all going to go out through our main feed as soon as I finish editing it, and this will turn into a nightmare to edit. Let's never, ever fool ourselves on that one. All right. So, and yeah, we don't have to do 3, 2, 1 or nothing. You can keep the door open if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, that way we get air.
Who wants air?
I'm a big fan of air. So, and Wendy's walking by. So, yes, Discord, hop in. If you're having problems, let us know. Talk to people in the general. Like I said, Juarez V90's already in. You can even reach out to him and be like, how did you get in? So as you can see, dude, by the way, I'm dressed well. So I'm dressed appropriately. Anything we want to talk about before we get going? And I'm the only one who has to hit a red button tonight. So
yeah, I mean, I'm kind of lost here. I don't have as much to do. It's weird. I feel incomplete.
Dude, this could all go sideways very fast. Like let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Because inside
kind of
episode
flying
100,
without a net.
inside 100 there is a 0, and we all know what happened to episode 0.
Yes, let's never ever speak of episode 0 again. One of these days we'll find it. It's got to be on a hard drive somewhere. I have to have it somewhere. I just have to find it. All right. So, with that being said, I think are you ready? You got the docs open and
Doc is open. We're good to go.
All right. You know what? Let's do this. I'm going to be smart. I'm going to put that over there to the right. And then I'm going to have on the other half of the screen open.
Oh, by the way, should I hear the sound effects?
You might not.
Okay. Actually. Yeah, I wasn't. I figured that was just a Discord thing.
Hey, look at this. Aw, Pam. Pam hopped in. I still got to make a drop for her. I mean, I have a new drop. I do have a new drop in case nobody hangs in. So it's just, we'll go to the phones. Oh, nobody's there. Pam, thank you. Yeah, we're going to talk about that during the show. So, all right,
big time. Thank you, babe.
Let's get this party started, right? Because I mean, there's a beer here, and I can't drink it until untapped. So, all right. So I'm over the red button. I really don't have to dial 3, 2, 1 or nothing because
I'm over the imaginary button because I have no buttons to push.
I've heard that about you. That was way too easy. All right. So here we go, man. We're going to get started in 3, 2. Greetings, salutations, and welcome to episode 100 of the PlanesTalkers podcast, the show by casuals for casuals. I'm your host, Will Benson, joined as always by my, I guess I could really get into doing a Magic podcast co-host, Aramis Perez. Aramis, sir, congratulations, and how are you tonight?
How you ever managed to get this long with me is, I can't even.
I would have thought at one time that we would have had a problem. I don't know that I ever thought we'd make 100. I thought I'd piss you off at some point before now.
100's a big number. This is cool. This is really, really cool. I'm super excited about tonight. I can't wait to get into this. Me too.
So before we get into that, we're in untap, upkeep, draw here. Let's real quick, before I do anything, we want to remind you that this episode and every episode of the PlanesTalkers podcast is sponsored by Kerwin's Game Store. Kerwin's Game Store is New York State's premier source for collectible card games, tabletop games, miniatures, comic books, retro video games, and toys. With their clean, open gaming areas available to everyone at no charge. And yes, we will reach out to Steve in the store because with the New York mask mandate being lifted, I am curious about when we might get back there. So hopefully we'll have some news on that in the coming weeks. But once COVID is gone, they have one of the best places to game at all. They provide a fun and inviting atmosphere for new and experienced gamers alike. with locations in both Catskill, New York, and on the second floor of the Poughkeepsie Gallery in Poughkeepsie, New York. Kerwin's is the absolute best place in gaming. They have an awesome website, KGS Online. That's KiteGoSamuelOnline.com, where if you put in the promo code PlanesTalkers at checkout, you get 5% off your online order. And we could not do this episode without our Planeswalker level patrons, without all of our patrons. But we do like to recognize our Planeswalker level. These are the $5 a month guys. Davidson, Jonathan, Johnny, Bell, Anthony, Steve, George, Josh, Ian, Spencer, and Chiba Tank. These guys really keep the lights on. They keep everything running. We could not have gotten through this last year without them. It's an honor and a privilege that you guys still are beside us, and we thank you so much for that. We have a ton of great perks for them. They get first shot at Commander Craft, which we're going to have an extra seat open this week. I've already put it out on the Patreon page. As well as, which is our Wednesday broadcast. And as well as other perks, especially around things like, the win a box, they get first dibs at any of those seats, etc., etc. Find out more. Go to patreon.com/PlanesTalkers. And we want to remind you that Wednesday nights we do. I did it again. We do have a Wednesday show where we play listeners like yourselves using webcam and 4-person commander and spell table. We are 100% back to constructed decks this week, and I will be playing this week. We had to put it down last week because I didn't realize my son was coming home from college the same night, and I was pretty much like, yeah, this ain't gonna fly. So, this week we're going to have an extra seat. Aramis, fortunately, he has some great stuff. I get your mother-in-law's birthday or something. So
yeah, she's turning 77. The family's getting together. It's going to be great. So I will not be there to torment you with Zakama.
I'm so happy about that, actually.
So, I wasn't going to bring it anyway. I just wanted to do that.
So to be a part of this, just email us, reach out to us on our Discord, which hopefully you guys are in tonight. Again, let's talk a little bit about this before we even go into my usual untap step. All right, so this is a live call-in show tonight. To join the show, all right, all you have to do, go to discord.planestalkerspodcast.com. And you need a Discord account, obviously. But the Discord, if you're unfamiliar, it's kind of like a chat system. But we have, under an interact with the shows category, we have a live stream -chat and a live show -stage and audition or audience. The live show -stage and audience is where we're doing the show tonight. So if you want to interact with the show, if you want to call in, if you want to be a part of things, join that channel. And eventually we're going to open things up and let people in and talk to you guys about stuff. We're going to have you guys commenting on our news and stuff. There is a lot to go over tonight. So again, discord.planestalkerspodcast.com. But we are still in untap, and it is a special night. So I am untapping Jackknifed Juggernaut because we are a juggernaut. It's a Single Cut, which is one of my favorite local breweries here around the Albany area. So it's a lovely double IPA. So down the hatch. Salute, sir. Congrats on 100.
It's salute 100. Hey, my invisible can. There we go. Okay, it's visible again. 7-Up. Zero sugar.
That is very good. That is... Honey, you want to try?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Oh, God. My wife's in the chat. Oh, dear Lord. This doesn't end well. Oh, wait. I get to control whether she comes in. All right, good. I don't have to put her on the stage, right? We don't have to let her talk. Okay, so.
Oh, but you will. One way or the other.
This doesn't end well. All right, so Aramis, though I just untapped. Sir, how the hell are you? It's our 100th episode.
This is amazing. It really is amazing. I'm doing great. I'm doing really good. We're at 100 episodes. I mean, what more can you say? Like you had said in chat somewhere, a lot of podcasts don't get this far, and we got there quick. And
we did.
We've been really pounding the pavement trying to get to as many shows in as we can, and we got to 100. This is nuts.
Our first show was like January of 2018, right? Yeah, because it's
2019.
2019, January of 2019. Yeah. We started talking about it in December of 2018, and yeah, I mean, in that time we've had so many life events happen. I got married. Your mom passed. various family stuff that came up and holidays and stuff like that. But yet for all of that, we've kept a pretty good schedule. And now we've added the second show, Commander Craft, in the last year, which I think that's turning a year old soon, next week or the week after.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so we are, we're doing pretty okay. I'm very excited, where things are going, and stuff like that. We had a nice quiet weekend here. I was very happy last weekend. Other than the news going on, which we're going to get to. But,
yeah, not non-Magic related stuff. It was a quiet weekend, I think, for both of us, just, general stuff going on. But in the Magic world,
holy cow, So, in fact, let's go right into Upkeep, where we tell you guys what's coming. So, tonight we're obviously going to talk about episode 100. We're going to drop it as many times as we can. We're also going to talk a little bit about, there was absolutely no news in Magic this week. So we're just going to read to you from War and Peace, as well as the King James Bible. And then we're then going to give you recipes on how to create the perfect steak. Yes?
What? Wait, I thought we were going to read the entire comprehensive rules front to back.
Oh, yes. Of Hoyle or... No.
Of Magic. It's about twice as long as War and Peace.
Oh, dude. Don't even give me that, Anthony. No. You have Discord on your phone, sir. That is no excuse. That ain't no... I'm at IHOP. I'm at IHOP. Dude, you've played while eating IHOP. Don't even give me that. But thank you for the congratulations, my friend. What we're going to talk about tonight is obviously the same thing. If you listen to any other podcasts, and by the way, you should. I don't think we've ever been those guys who are like, you should only listen to us. No. We're casuals. We fuck up all the time. And there's the explicit tag. We're going to talk about the same thing everybody's talking about. The MPL Rivals news that came out Thursday that just landed like a bombshell in the community. This was a absolute tactical nuke. We talked about this a little bit, but when it happened, I was texting you like, oh my God, this is what's going on. And I was like, this is probably the biggest news in the history of the game. Save content for main phase. Let's not do tell it what it is. I'm just kidding. We also are going to talk about the Mythic qualifier snafu, because... Anyway. Our combat's going to be, is the MPL Rivals going away a net win or a net loss? What do we think? And again, we're going to include you guys in on that if you come into the Discord. Finally, we'll do at main 2, we're going to talk a little bit about the changes coming up going forward. We're going to focus a little bit more on the show. We tend to do that on these special shows like that. There's a part where we start to talk about the show a little bit because, well, we figure you're fans of the show. So we owe you explanations, and we're big on that. And then we're also going to wrap it up with, if we have time, Historic Anthology 5. If not, we're going to touch that next week. So I said touch.
You said that.
Yeah, I said touch. It's like I'm Senator Getz. Anyway, moving on. What, too soon? Too soon? All right.
Not soon enough.
I'm off the rails already. All right, well, let's get into main phase.
Main phase.
All right, main phase. So, holy cow, man! What a week! When you texted me Thursday, I was in the middle of I had actual work, and I was like, wait, what? And then I found out.
Absolutely would have done a special episode just for this, because this is universe-shattering news.
It's insane right now. So here, in case you don't know. Wizards put out they just put out a press release. It was just we're just going to post this. And if anybody's looking at our page, you're going to want to read this. And
you're going to want to sit down for this one.
Yeah, they didn't warn us. They've warned us for bans. They've been like, we're going to have a big ban coming up. Or they've been like, we're going to have big news on the MPL and the Rivals League coming up. And
this was like one of those things where your significant other walks in the room and says, we need to talk.
Yeah.
That never ends well.
Well, so I've done some research on this, but for those of you that don't know, and really, if you're a Magic fan, well, I'm not going to say that because we're a casual podcast. You may not know. As you may or may not know, the MPL is the Magic Pro League. It's what they've been using in Arena for their esports. And I'm going to say it like that from now on. esports, with the quotation marks if you're not seeing the video. So the MPL was their esport league. It was made up of, at first, 32, and then I think it went down to 24 when they introduced rivals, of the best, well, let me rephrase, 16 of the best Magic players that they felt should be there, and 16 of the best Magic streamers that would then leave the brand. And then, so it started out as that, and it hit the ground running pretty good. Obviously, Arena was making a splash. This was 2 years ago. And then they realized, after listening to some of the pros, and I'm going off PVDR on this one, PVDDR, because he did talk a little bit about that. He was like, no, we were partially responsible for the Rivals League because we felt the MPO wasn't inclusive. So they talked about the Rivals League, and that was kind of like their minor leagues where you can kind of work your way into MPL, and they're still paid, but they're not paid as much, I think, or it's all nebulous. Yeah. But getting into the MPL was also nebulous. So, here's the thing. They put out a thing on, so I have to give you that, because then this past Thursday, they put out a press release. Now, they're starting their next season soon. They've had 2 seasons now, one with just the MPL and one with the MPL Rivals. And now they're getting ready to start this next season. And they put out this little press release. And the press release basically says, I'm not going to read it verbatim, that, the bird's eye view, the big points, is that, first of all, contrary to popular belief, though I think if the MPL had taken off, it would have still been popular belief, they're going to move back towards some Magic in paper. They're going to start doing paper again. They want to put the Gathering back in Magic the Gathering. So with that, they are discontinuing after this season they're in, the MPL and the Rivals League. You will not play for a spot in there next year. You're playing for a spot in Worlds.
Right.
Which, again, that was huge news. Like that, but then the second bombshell, once we started to realize certain things, in that we're still not out of COVID. So Grand Prix aren't an option right now. Pro Tours are not even really an option right now in person. So, but there's no basically what they're saying is professional Magic players, the pros, people making their money, being paid by Wizards, being subsidized by Wizards of the Coast to play Magic, no longer happening at all, period. Now, you can still win prize. That's just it. So the first part was all the pros came out, which, by the way, they were told about 24 hours before the press release came out. First of all, good on them, because usually something like this hits the MPL, and they're like, oh, yes, we have an NDR, so I'm going to give it to my friend Mikey, who, and he's going to post it. Nobody had any idea this was coming. Like, they had kept this fully quiet. But they were basically, they were told 24 hours, and then the responses came out, and pretty much all of the pros had a similar say. They're like, there's no more professional / elite or competitive Magic right now. That was a little bit of a overreaction, some are saying, and I would agree. Well, we'll talk about it. And then on the other side of it, but they are right in one thing, in that the people being paid by Wizards of the Coast, by Hasbro, to play Magic, no longer happening. You have to win. You basically, they had a stream later in the day. Derek, I think is his name.
Blake Rasmussen.
Blake, that's it. Blake came out. He had a stream, and a lot of what he talked about, I'm in. I will say that right now. I'm in. I love it. I love some of what they were talking about. They were talking about rerouting some money back to the stores for more local events. Friday Night Magic might have a prize pool. They want to build the store tournaments again and the store championships, and then maybe have regional store championships where, like, we have 8 stores I could think of in the Albany area. Well, maybe their top 10 would face each other in some sort of tournament. I'm all about that. That's kind of cool. That's exciting. That's neat. Absolutely. And he kind of mentioned that elite play is still going to happen, but since they have 15 months or so Well, more like 10 until the end of the season for the MPL Pro League. They're just going to, they're not sure yet what they're going to do. So that was the big news. That was a bombshell. What? Anything you want to say, Aramis? We should probably work some people in.
Well, some of the other details that came out with what they were talking about, the general gist of it, you were right, and I'll just sort of reiterate it, is that basically what's going on now is that you can no longer make a career out of playing Magic.
Right.
You can't be simply a full-time Magic player, and that's what you do to make money and put food on the table. Like, this can't be your job anymore. That's what the MPL was. That's what the Rivals League was to a much lesser extent. But they're getting paid a salary, appearance fees, that sort of thing. They are rerouting money, hopefully towards, local tournaments and things of that nature. One of the things that Pleasant Kenobi had mentioned is that they didn't mention coverage, and his train of thought was sort of leading him towards believing that, okay, well, if you want to promote players to win through these new events, to be able to do this money's probably not going to pay for hotel rooms. It's probably not going to pay for travel like it used to, vouchers. And if it's not going towards coverage, how are you going to get it out there that these players are doing well and incentivize more players to jump in? I like the fact that they're rebuilding the system from the ground up. I'm not sure what it's going to look like. I would hope it's something similar to the way the system used to be, where there's, PTQs, Grand Prix, Pro Tours, everything funneling into one main circuit, making it attainable for the regular player to do well at a tournament and proceed from there to higher levels of play like it used to be. You couldn't do that with the old system. If you weren't a rival, how would you get into Rivals? There was really no path in there. If you were a rival, that was your only path again to the MPL, but it was so exclusive. There was no way to really do it. There was no real clarity as to how the heck the system worked. It was a disaster up and down. I mean, the height of the MPL was the very first Mythic Invitational, and it was all downhill from there. I mean, it's
the winner didn't want to play Magic.
Well, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad they're nuking it.
Yes.
I'm glad they're starting over.
It was a failure. I think it was a failure. It was a misfire all the way around.
Yeah, it was an absolute failure. My one concern, and I think a lot of people have shared this concern, is that they're talking about something coming down the pike. They're talking about it's going to look different. They don't have a plan yet. And we know how Wizards does with these things in the past. They don't have a good track record with this. So I'm concerned what the new system is going to look like. I have hope, but I also have a lot of trepidation about how is this going to work? Are they going to screw this up because they've screwed up they screwed this up, and it kind of looks like they might be trying to blame some of it on COVID, and I don't think that really had anything to do with it. They punted bad on this.
They did. I would have to agree with that. So, let me see. I'm going to try to get Spoons in here. See if he wants to speak at all. How come I can't invite him to speak? That's weird. Oh, it's at the top. There we go. Let's see if Spoons wants to say anything here. He's one of our guys. I was never going to be a Magic Pro player. Just glad they're going to Paper Magic. All right, there he is. Spoons!
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Our first call-in, ladies and gentlemen. Say hello to Spoons.
Yeah, like I was saying, I was never going to be a Magic Pro, so this in no way affects me. The best news that I got out of this is that they're actually going to Paper Magic, because my biggest fear was that they were going to go strictly to Arena. And I've had problems with Arena in the last 4 months since I started playing it. I don't think it's a stable enough or a platform that I have enough trust in to ever play in any kind of tournament that's got any kind of prize pool in it. So as long as I will agree with you. That was the best news that I got out of this.
I think that he's got Spoons. You got valid points there, and I don't think Wizards ever originally intended for Arena to be the be-all, end-all for professional Magic. I know it was their whole, like you said, esports platform.
Oh, no. I disagree wholeheartedly on that. I think that is what they intended, and I don't think it was.
I don't think so. I think they wanted to funnel as much as they could through Arena, but I think they always wanted the paper component to be there. That part you could say. Remember what I was saying earlier that they were trying to blame a lot of it on COVID. That aspect of it, I think you could say, yeah, COVID impacted
COVID
their
did have something
decision-making
for that. You're
process
right.
with Arena and everything going forward. I think that's absolutely true. I don't think they really wanted to 100% funnel everything through Arena, especially because, like Spoons was saying, this client is not ready for the big time. It needs a lot more polish, needs a lot more work before that day comes. If and when that day comes, I'll be excited for it. But they're way, way, way off of that now.
And I will say this, okay. Spoons, thanks for hanging, man. I'll pop you back in. All right, we're gonna pop you in and out. So here, I'm gonna say this right now. I actually think that Hasbro. I think it started with the Pro League. I think Hasbro wants to move Wizards out of doing any OP, like they're doing OP now, and they're gonna come up with an OP plan because they know they have to. But 15 months is a long time, and if they can find a way to offload OP to say Star City, I could see that happening because then my thinking is this is that and I'm a big fan of poker. Okay, so and I know that you can't compare the two per se because there's a gambling aspect, there's always a cash aspect of poker. You can make a living playing poker without being quote unquote a poker pro.
Right.
However, I could see where Hasbro would be like, look, we make Monopoly. We make G.I. Joe. We make Barbie. And we don't have to pay people to play with our toys. We just enable them to play with our toys. If there's a Monopoly league out there, they have nothing to do with it. And I could see where Hasbro would say, we need to get out of this. Because it's, I know, I'm not saying I agree with it.
No, I think you're coming at it from the wrong angle.
Well, it could be. But here's the thing. If you're a poker player, okay, there's no, like, ruling authority giving you rules. You go and play at the World Poker Tour. You go and play at the World Series of Poker. You go and play at your local casino. You don't really report to any sort of nebulous, thing. Now, Magic and poker are completely different. I get that. But I'm saying that there are people that might be able to make a living out there playing Magic, especially if they're going to put prize money at local stores. I could see it. That could absolutely happen. But not a good living per se, but definitely a living.
Well, I don't.
DDR. Oh,
I hope. I'm gonna say I hope that your theory is wrong because
so do I. But
shipping off organized play to an organization like Star City Games, I don't think that would work because the whole reason that it works right now is because Wizards has the financial backing to be able to do all the logistical stuff for all of these tournaments all over the world. Star City Games, as big as they are, they're not that big.
Right.
They can do East Coast stuff. They don't need, there's no Star City Games tournaments in the West Coast.
But
they only do
too.
the Eastern Seaboard.
Here's the thing too, though. Okay, part of why they're backpedaling all of this stuff and they're not giving us anything about Grand Prix, they're not giving us anything about Pro Tour, is that what we're hearing around the campfire, and PVDDR was talking about it too, and he put a thing out I think 3 days ago. He's like, look, I'm in Brazil. If I don't have an assured hotel room, if I don't have an assured purse, if all it is I have to spike the tournament to play it, other than his sponsorship money, obviously somebody's going to sponsor him. He's like, I can't go. I'm going to end up playing just online.
That's going to end up being the route for a lot of these players. I think if they do something like that, if they're not going to be doing, vouchers for hotels or travel, if they're not going to be doing those things or appearance fees, then sponsorships are going to be more important.
Well,
and really, that's going to be another situation where it's the haves and have-nots because, local kid. I mean, like if one of us got really good all of a sudden, Kerwin's might help us with something, but I don't think they're going to be able to say, okay, well, the next tournament's in Tokyo. Let's see, we can just, we'll fly out to Tokyo. I don't know if that's going to work out for everybody. But then again, if you're backed by something like Channel Fireball or Star City Games or, Dragon Shield, then at that point, maybe it's different. But then again, all of these companies, are they big enough to support that many potential players? Because there could be hundreds.
See, here's the other thing that made me think the way I'm thinking too, is that when they started the MPL, when they started Rivals, like they were looking at Arena and things of that nature to be like where competitive Magic would be taking place and stuff. And then on the other side of that, they started throwing a ton of money at Commander, at EDH. Well, not EDH, but at Commander. And they're making Commander, and so Commander is, by definition, a casual format, and it should stay that way. Wizards makes a ton of money off of it, and they don't have to have any events. They can make the stores charge for the. This is what I'm saying. Like, I could see them going, "We're going to get out. We're out. We're done. We're just not going to do it. It's no longer costly feasible." They no longer do coverage for GPs, and I don't think that's coming back. Nobody has said anything about that. And in fact, that's the big question: is, well, what's the coverage going to be like?
One positive in that is that there is 15 months to figure all of that out. I mean, and it
Right.
takes a long time to draw up contracts and negotiate and all of that stuff. And maybe this window of time is enough for them to figure that out. I would like, they have said that there will be tournaments like Grand Prix, like Pro
Right.
Tours, like that coming
But they
up in the
stopped
future
covering
with this new
GPs
system.
years ago. Like 2 years ago, they stopped covering GPs. Like,
Yeah.
I can't see them going back. I don't see them going back.
I would be nice if they did. I would be happy if
It
they
would
did.
be. It would be
kind of
smart
cool.
if they did.
I'm cautiously optimistic about that, but I know their track record.
But the paint, well, it's not just that. Look at the picture they've painted. When's the last time they paid for judges? They moved the judges and they offloaded that to some other company. Like, remember, that was like a year and a half ago. I think the writing is on the wall. This is my personal opinion. All right. Again, casual by casuals. I look at the writing on the wall with the judging, with the fact that now they're killing the MPL rival league, but they have nothing to replace it yet. They will not sign on, hey, in 2023, 2022, we're going back to GPs. And we're going to have coverage, and we're going to do that. None of it. They aren't doing anything, and they just keep throwing money at Commander. They're not even throwing money at Arena right now, because that's going to bring up our second part of Main One, which is, holy crap, is that software busted? Sorry.
Short answer, yes.
Thank you very
Long
much,
answer,
the
it's likely
Wrecker.
more complicated than that.
Right. But I mean, that's just it. I think part of it is too, they're like, we ain't going to invest in Arena. We're not going to invest in the MPL and the Rivals League because we can't even get a spectator mode to work in Arena. We can't even make a separate server where we can do our stuff. We've never been able to get coverage right. Coverage has always been kind of lame where, you're looking at, somebody's house and you can't hear them talk and you can't hear them interact with the players. But it's just, yeah. I
mean, the closest we got to seeing what the potential of the league was, again, was with the first Mythic Invitational, because that was before COVID. They had that big stage, they had the fireworks, Day 9 was doing the introductions,
Yeah.
They were, the competitors
And
were sitting
Day
across
9's
from each other
like
on
in
the
now,
computers,
man.
Coverage was off to the side, and, you were able to interview the players after the match. It was, that showed what, like a sliver of the potential of what it could have been. Obviously, yes, COVID changed the equation on that quite a bit. You can't interview the players anymore. Like you said, there's no spectator mode. There's, you can't, all this stuff that Arena can't do. Hopefully, maybe they're taking some of this money that was going to be earmarked for the MPL. Maybe they throw it into Arena, get some more devs on there, because maybe it's a staffing issue. Maybe they just don't have enough people working on it.
I think that's possible. So I popped Todd Reich in here now. Todd, can you hear us?
Hey, I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Welcome to the call-in show, my friend. So, Todd's coming back to Magic after some time away. He went and had kids or something. But yeah,
that's no
Todd.
excuse.
So, what do you think about everything that's happening?
So, for me, we drove from store to store. We had a blast, but it was always back in the day. So this whole pre-Commander has been 15 years. So it's been a long time. But that's really sort of my end of it. I can get together a group of 10, 15, 20 people and play, start a little league and have fun with it. How is that looking? How do you guys see that shaping up? Because that's really where, for me, as a parent in this post-COVID universe, I think we're going to see a big push for people to get together again because they want to. And until the esports and if it gets worked out for Magic. Where do you guys see that heading? What's that going to shape up like?
I think
Is that even still a thing? What's the zeitgeist?
well, I think Blake said it best. He's like they're really trying to move us until COVID is completely off the table. They realize that you're not going to get a monster GP with hundreds or thousands of people crammed into a convention center where we cannot socially distance. 9 times out of 10 there's at least 10% are international travelers. And he's like, it's actually the worst thing all around. He's like, you can't socially distance. We have international travelers, and you're all touching each other's cards and touching each other's things. He's like, it can't work. I get that. So what they're looking at doing right now is their thought is that they're going to move toward more of a local scene. They want to build Magic locally. And again, and they're saying that they're still going to have elite play. They're still going to have not so much pros, but you're going to see Reed Duke out there playing. You're going to see PVDDR playing. You're going to see LSV playing. All these guys playing, and they'll be playing in monster tournaments. But as things stand right now, there's no assured spot. There's no chain. So if I spike a tournament, I spike a PT, say I get in for a PTQ, and the Magic gods are good to me, and I spike that PT, I don't get invited to the next one. I still have to go through qualifying again, which is something that the pros have not been really willing to do. So, or able to do, or they don't want to do. They haven't had to do it, and nor necessarily should they. So they're still trying to figure out how that goes, but yeah, they're moving us back towards local, which is good because Aramis and I both like our store. All right. Well, thanks, dude. Todd,
Thanks, man.
You're breaking up, brother. All right. I'm gonna pop you back in the audience. We might try to move you back in. All right. Yeah.
What I wanted to say was that I like the fact that I don't know if "like" is the right word actually. I know they want to rebuild the system from the ground up. Obviously this is why they're doing this. They want to build something new, and I want to give them.
Hope so.
I don't know if the benefit of the doubt, but I want to see what they come up with. I would like something cool to be there, because the way the system was, before obviously Thursday, someone like me had no shot. There was no real path for me because there was nothing. There was nowhere for me to go to play really at that level. If they have a new system, even if it's more locally based, yeah, GPs are a few years away. Pro Tour might be more manageable because of social distancing, or there might be a way to figure that out. And I'm excited to see what that might look like.
PV says that digital's still going to be digital is still going to be a part of the future.
Digital is still going to be a part of it, and so they might do larger events digitally when that time comes. I mean, first they got to
if they can make it work.
They can do that. They have to fix Arena before any of that happens. But on the local end of it, if they have like regional PTs, regional Grand Prix, regional something where you can do well, make some money. It would be nice if they had something similar to the bronze, silver, gold, platinum system in the past, where it's like when you spiked one, you qualified for the next. That would be nice to see something similar to that vein. Like you earn points, you can maybe redeem those points for a qualification, something like that. There's got to be something there for the regular person who's grinding tournaments to have a reason to keep grinding other than just the grind.
Right.
This can't turn into Magic the Gathering, the MMO.
And I think they have to do that because here's the thing. Do you want to go to, we'll use Kerwin's as an example. Do you want to go to Kerwin's and go to a, RPTQ, a regional qualifier, or even a PTQ, and sit down and have, let's say LSV or Reed Duke walk in, and they're like, well, this is the only way I can qualify. I'm going to go to every PTQ in my area. Like, do you want that? Like, that seems like...
I mean, that's how the system used to be way back in the day when everything first started. I mean, you had to go to a bunch of PTQs. Like, there were weekends where all right, there's a PTQ in Boston, a PTQ in Rochester, and a PTQ in Buffalo. We're gonna go to Rochester. We're gonna go to Boston. We're going to Buffalo. Over the course of a couple of days, you're playing these tournaments back to back to back to try to get in. But the way the system was that once you were in and you did well, you didn't have to worry about qualifying anymore because it was baked into the system. I hope some aspect of that continues because, yeah, as cool as it would be to play against Reed Duke or LSV, if I'm going to play against those guys, I want it to be in the PT.
Yeah, you don't want to go through You don't want them to be. You don't want them to be the guy standing between you qualifying and not. Is my point.
Yeah, I mean that's like basically you're starting a new game and all of a sudden you're facing the level 100 boss right off the bat and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, especially if you're round one. Okay, Will Benson, you're playing
EBDDR.
Great, awesome. You know what? You want to split it?
I mean, because unless they get horribly mana screwed. I mean, you're more likely than not going to get your lunch handed to you.
Oh, very much so. So,
although if you're at that tournament trying to qualify, you have aspirations of kicking them in the teeth at some point.
Right. So let's you know what? Nurse has something he wants to say. I had him in. I think he popped himself out. So, but yeah, I definitely I understand that, like taking him out. But Nurse, what were you gonna say, brother?
Hey. So like I've never played in any type of qualifier. I've only played local. Like I played in 2013, dropped off, and then like came back in really late when all this like weird stuff started happening and finding out all this. And to me, it's just interesting to hear like all this stuff drop off real fast as soon as I'm getting in, and just like, oh, I'm learning. So I might have a chance to like try and jump into this real quick and just figure this out.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, like the biggest tournaments I've ever played in. I played in Grand Prix Boston back in 2001, I believe it was. It was a plane shift sealed deck Grand Prix, and at the time it was the largest Grand Prix ever, and it had like 570 people, and I thought it was huge. I mean that nowadays that's like a pittance for attendance for what Grand Prix are. Then I played in regionals in 2003 at the height of Ravager Affinity when competitive Magic was being broken horribly because of just how warped the metagame was. And then I played in an SCG Open in Syracuse a couple of years ago. I hope those tournaments come back at some point. I hope to be able to walk in, register, and it's like day one of the Major League Baseball season. Everybody has a chance. At the end of the year, yeah, the cream rises to the top, and you know who the good players are. But to walk in round one and say, you know what, if I do well, this might be $15,000 in my pocket at the end of the weekend. That's awesome. It's a great feeling to walk into a tournament having that feeling.
Exactly. All right, cool, Nurse. Thank you. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. We're going to work you in and out, man, so don't go anywhere. All right, so let's move along from there because this is kind of important too, is that I think part of the problem as well is that Arena has had two major flubs in two major events in the past 2 weeks, and it's not the first time. I think this could be something we could talk about in comment, but how much of this do you think is, and for those that don't know, they had a Mythic qualifier this weekend, so you had to earn your way to play that. I think through the Arena Open or getting Mythic or whatever.
You had to be top 1,000 Mythic by the end of a season.
Yeah. So you get invited to this, and you get to play. You get your token, and you go day one, and people did, and then you earn your way to day two. Now, day two, you're going to get a token and be able to log in, and it was supposed to be standard, probably traditional, I imagine. And what happened is that somebody at Wizards, somewhere when they were coding this event, what they probably did was they probably copied an event that they did for like the Pro Tour or whatever they were calling it before, the Players Tour. And basically they had it set up for historic. So you would be going in with a standard deck. You could be going in with a standard deck, but because when you get to go and submit and choose your deck for the tournament, if you had a historic life gain deck that you saw that was available, most people would sit there and go, oh, well, I must have read that wrong. Well, I'll play my historic deck because, there's something about Emrakul. And, yeah. And so they put some people were playing historic. And people were losing their mind, rightfully so. And Wizards first sends out a tweet saying, we understand people are being able to play historic. If you're in standard, keep playing standard. And if you're historic, stop playing right now. We'll figure out what we're going to do with you. And then finally, after about, 2 more hours or something, so we're about halfway through the day, they put out another tweet. And the tweet basically said, all right, temporal reset.
Yeah, it was basically the way that it was that if you had already started playing for the day, they said keep going. If you hadn't started yet, they said don't start until we figure out what's going on. And then they said, okay, we're going to reset the tournament for day 2, erase everyone's records, and you're going to start back from 0 on day 2. And there were people who were 5-1 who needed like one more win to qualify. And now they had to start over, and they'd already spent 6 hours doing this. And this is a massive disaster.
And after what happened during the Arena Open the week before, this is a bad look. And this is going to bring us into combat because, I do want to talk about that. In fact, let's hit that.
Combat phase.
Okay, so we're in combat, and here's the deal. The question that we're going to be, Aramis and I are going to be talking, and we'll be working, anybody who wants to come in, we'd love to have you. Is the MPL Rivals going away a net win or net loss for Magic as a whole? And what I mean by that is, do you feel that the MPL and Rivals League were working? And you could talk about Arena in that. Like that, my position is that Arena has never been ready for prime time. It was in beta. Like, they started the MPL while it was in beta. It just has never seemed to be that robust. It has never seemed to be that flexible. It's great for what it does, but it's not as bad as MTGO, but it's also less stable than MTGO. So, I guess the question is, and I'll let you go first, Aramis, is like, what do you think? Is MPL Rivals a win or them going away a win or a loss?
This is one of those questions where it depends on where you're coming from. If you were one of those players who was grinding tournaments, hoping to get into the pro circuit one day, this is a net win for you, I think, right now. Yes. Obviously, pending whatever system comes out. Because this reopens your window to, a potential dream to maybe not make a living off your hobby, but to supplement your income quite nicely off your hobby. Being able to say, okay, well, I can actually get to play in these big tournaments now if I do well is much better than saying, how the ever-loving hell do I get into the Rivals League again? I don't even know. Like, do you stay in? Do you relegation? What the heck is that? I don't know what we're talking about. From that end of it, right. It's a net win, I believe. From the angle of having, if they had handled the league correctly, having people to follow, being able to root for them. If you're not into that scene of playing the tournaments, but you like to follow people and right. things like that, I think it's a net loss because it could have been much better where they didn't communicate anything. You never knew when the tournaments were happening. You never knew when things were going on. So when you did happen to catch it, you're like, okay, let me see if I can find my guy. Couldn't even follow your guy because the feature matches were selected weirdly. And so like if you wanted to watch all of William Jensen's matches, you couldn't. There's no replay. There's no spectator mode.
Yeah.
I'm sad that it's gone. I'm glad that it's gone at the same time. It was such a huge missed opportunity, and I'm sad that they missed that opportunity because it really did have the chance to be something huge, and they botched it so badly. It's sad.
I'm not. I'm glad it's gone. I think this is a net win. Magic should be paper. I'm sorry. Arena should be, any sort of game should be, well, exactly like Duel of the Planeswalkers was. MTGO kind of is for me. It's an add-on. It's something to do. Hey, I can't get to my local game store. I'm going to play a little bit of Arena right now. I won't say where sometimes I play Arena because I know that gets you upset. But even sometimes you're like, I want to play Magic while I'm sitting in a certain place for a period of time. But doing nothing else. There will be no other media in the room, and I can play media there, play Arena there. So thanks to the phones. But the point is, they had every opportunity. They did not execute. I do think that. I think they didn't know how to start an esport. They just knew what the word was. Well, let me get this. Let me rephrase. They knew that the word existed. They didn't know what the word was. They didn't know how to create one. They didn't know how to put it together. They didn't know how to market it. They didn't know how to cast it. Like some of the people that they missed to put in, like some other people, was just insane. It was constantly one missed opportunity after another. It was not inclusive enough because they wouldn't make how you qualify public. So because they wanted to have the opportunity to be able to, put people, and rightfully so. And I'm all for that. I'm for inclusivity. But they wanted to bring in, they didn't want to make it just a whitewash. And I get that, and I'm on board. But on the other side of that, it needed to go. It has to go. Arena's not ready. It isn't. It just can't handle.
You hit the nail. Well, you hit the nail on the head when you said missed opportunity. That's what I think I was getting at with Arena. Could have been part of the professional landscape. Could have been part of all that if it was ready. It wasn't ready. Like you said, it is still not ready, and it will not be ready for quite some time because it doesn't look like they're really doing any major work in the background. So it's a major missed opportunity. Arena could have been so much bigger than what it is, which is simply a cash cow, which, fine, capitalism, great for Wizards. But from an alternate platform to play the game that might be more entertaining to some people, especially since we live in a world where a lot of people have much shorter attention spans, Arena fills a niche. Arena could have been something much bigger than what it is, and they missed the boat on that. And it could have been, like I said, just a part. Paper should be the main way you play Magic. There's no reason that Arena can't be part of that.
I agree. I've invited the Wrecker. He just joined the channel. Welcome to the show, Wrecker. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
There he is. Welcome to the show. So, do you have an opinion on this? Do you feel that the MPL and Rivals going away is a loss or win? What was that?
Yeah, again, sorry about the delay. No, for whatever reason, there's a huge delay. I think I'm gonna wholeheartedly agree that Arena is a good platform to bring in people into the game. I think to bring them into paper Magic. I don't think it's supposed to be this platform to do professional tournaments because huge mistakes like these happen, and obviously it left a salty taste in everyone's mouth. But I really think it's just a free way. Hey, you've never invested any money into Magic. Why don't you play this free version of it, and maybe it'll entice you to play paper Magic, which is the way it's supposed to be played.
I couldn't agree more.
I agree with that, but I do think that there is an environment out there where you have paper Grand Prix, paper Pro Tours. You could have an Arena event that could be run and still have it just be part of the overall landscape. It's like if there's 10 tournaments a year, big, huge, $250,000 tournaments, Arena could be one or two of them, and that would be fine. I think most people would be happy with that. But obviously, COVID, but they made it the thing, and it's not the thing, and it's never going to be the thing, nor should it be the thing.
And here's another thought, and I've got Spoons. Wrecker, thank you very much. I put him back in the audience because I'm going to try to invite Spoons up, and then I'll invite Gamer again. Another thought I just had is I think Arena 2 has been a net loss for Wizards in that thanks to Arena, we break the meta in seconds. It don't take long at all for somebody to go, yeah, that deck's degenerate as hell. I think Oko and Omnath alone are a result of Arena. And I could see where moving away from the MPL and rivals might allow them to have a little bit more time to kind of, handhold us. But what about you, Spoons? What do you think?
Oh, I completely disagree with you. I think that what's breaking the meta is them making broken cards.
Oh, I agree.
I find that what they're looking for out of Arena is just gather more revenue. And what they're finding out is that right now, especially with the polish of other mobile games, like I don't know if you ever played Hearthstone or if you played a Runeterra on mobile, those games run great. You don't have these problems. They were trying to jump into that ocean, and they just found out they're not ready. So I really think that they see Arena as more of a cash machine right now, because I haven't seen anything on the horizon, because I like to read developer notes. I haven't seen anything on the horizon that's really going to be able to address the core problems that they're having with Arena. So right now, it's just got to be a cash machine. And I think that, more than anything, contributed to them ending their rivals. Because if you look at it, they had the best circumstances really build on Arena's popularity, and they just dropped the ball.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
He's absolutely right, because what's been going on the last year and a half? COVID. What has nobody been able to do for the last year and a half? Go to the LGS to play Magic. What's the perfect way to do that? Arena. What should you throw your money in to fix it? Secret Lair? What? Secret Lairs? Okay, well,
Again, though,
Secret Lairs.
Commander.
Secret Lairs. Yay!
Secret Lairs exist. Secret Lairs exist for Commander. I don't think Wizards or Hasbro wants to have professional Magic be a part of their thing. They want to treat it like Monopoly, and we're going to print the game for you, and we're going to sell it to you at a premium, and we're going to make all this stuff for you. But as far as like handling playing, no, we'll let the big stores like Star City handle that. We'll get behind them and we'll throw them a little money. But yeah, Spoons, thank you, brother. We're gonna bring you back in a bit. What about you, Gamer? You got anything you want to say on that? I'm hopping him in, and then we'll move to main 2. But how about you, Gamer? What do you think? Net win or net loss?
Honestly, I think it's a net. It's going to open the door. I mean, of course, it's still very hard for everyone to jump in and get into this, especially the fact that, like, it's a whole new door opening for everyone else. You're still going to have people winning who have their decks made instantly. On top of that, I feel like Arena also opens us to learn the meta faster and just develop these broken systems. I'm still salty about Rogues, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But when COVID dropped, I didn't get into Arena until COVID came by, and then I hopped into Arena. I was like, oh, I could play Magic here. Otherwise, when I jumped back into this last year, no, I think it was 2 years ago, I jumped back in, and I was like, going to Kerwin's, which is how I found you guys. I was like, oh, cool. But
Yay!
It's a net win where it's gonna be more friendly, and I feel like it's gonna people who have gotten into Magic over the year and gotten into this game are gonna start seeing opportunities to look at this and feel more welcome to it versus like, oh, I'm never going to be in this top league. It kind of gives that little bit of spark of maybe, just maybe I might get lucky. And if not, you have fun at the end of the day like I did.
Awesome. I couldn't agree more.
That's the one thing I cannot wait for, is that first F&M, to be able to sit across the table from someone. They're like, how does this card work again? And to be able to explain it, to help people out. Remember those kids that we saw that were at Kerwin's?
Who the hell are you kidding? It's going to be you and me round 1.
Well, yeah, in that case, I'll just, roll over you.
Yes, because that happened last time we played. I do believe I beat you.
I'm blaming the Arena client on that one.
No. I'm saying in paper. I do believe you were playing some sort of degenerate control deck, and I mono-read your ass.
It's happened the last couple times we've played, actually. You've gone hyper aggro, I've gone hyper control, and you've been able to get the better of me.
Because I always go hyper aggro. Like, we're not talking quantum physics here. This is nothing new. All right, so guys, thank you for that. I think for combat, I think we're kind of saying the same thing. It's kind of a net, might be just a net 0. It's
we're
got
in
its
a weird
spot.
spot.
Yeah. I think over time we're going to see, I am concerned, like I said, that this is kind of boding for a diminishment of OP as handled by Wizard/Hasbro. On one hand. On the other hand, there's a part of me that kind of hopes for it, because you know what? They're not good at it. They're not good at it anymore. I don't know whether they got rid of the people at Wizards that used to be good at this or what. But Star City Games puts on a better show. as far as Twitch goes. They put on they have no problem bringing in the real pros. They and make them not just, you know, players, but also they make sure that they're in the booth. There's less bullshit and horsing around. I actually would be okay if Wizards was like, we're done. We're done. We're gonna support the local game stores, and we're gonna support, you know, Star City Games or third party people putting on elite contests. All right, I'm on board, but I don't know. But it just seems like they keep finding ways to pull defeat from the jaws of victory, and it just But let's get into main two, because we still, I mean, we knew we were going to run over tonight, but I do kind of want to talk a little bit about some of the stuff coming, and you know, so
main phase.
So welcome to episode 100, and again, discord.planestalkers.com. There's still time for you guys to get in on the call and stuff, and like I said, guys, we're going to work you in. But I want to talk a little bit about what this show and Commander Craft and what the Planestalkers network / brand is going to look like in the future, because now we're at 100 episodes. We have made it. Like we've done something that not a lot of shows have been able to do. A consistent weekly show. Now, are we doing 52 episodes a year? No. But we do like 48 or 46, I think. So, and that's realistic. You know, that we're a podcast by casuals for casuals, and we're also middle-aged men with kids. So, but you know, I can't express enough how thankful I am, because I mean, I've been doing podcasts now since Battlestar Galactica. I had an Action Stations podcast back in 2005, and I did radio, and to be able to do this with Aramis, and who's my friend, I can't say enough great things about it. And you know, this has been one of the most pleasurable things I've ever been a part of. You know, and I want to talk a little bit about what's coming next, because we are going to be making a few good changes. And, you know, first of all, Commander Craft. We talked about it a few weeks ago. We fully brought that back under the Planestalker banner. That is Aramis's and my brand again. It's our show. Wednesday night is 100% Commander Craft. That's ours. And instead of the core four, it's kind of funny how it happened. Steve and Anthony, like, their lives are just blowing up, man. Those guys are in their early 30s, and their lives are finally clicking, and in some ways. And in some cases, you know, if you're a praying person, or, you know, put your thoughts in to Steve. There's some stuff going on there that I'm not at liberty to say, but just, he could definitely use him. Like, Steve is one of our oldest and dearest friends. We love him. I can't say enough good about him. I bust his balls. It's my job. But, you know, at the end of the day, man, this guy he's an OG, and he's awesome. And I'm definitely keeping you in my prayers, Steve. But we've decided, Aramis and I, that we're going to move towards more of it's him and I and two listeners. We're going to rotate them. Now, patrons get first dibs. I always go Monday. If you are a patron and you're not on a Discord, get on the Discord, because at the very least, I go into the patron channel on the Discord every Monday, and I'm like, look, I need this many people. Who wants to play? And you guys have it until Tuesday. Tuesday is when I announce it to the rest of everybody that we still need 1 or 2 people to hop in. So, that's not changing. Now, Anthony is always still going to be a part of it. Steve might be, if he can do it. His schedule's changing and stuff. We'll still work them in, because they're also patrons. They do get first dibs. But the core 4 is no more. It's Aramis and Will and a couple of listeners. So if you're listening to this and you want to play tomorrow night, we already have 2. I need a third. Aramis says to take a night off. Reach out to me on Discord. Let me know. So that's the first change, is that Commander Craft. We're doing pretty well. I'm going to start putting together music and stuff, because we're going to do Commander Craft episodes on the podcast when there's not a lot of standard stuff going. And also, not a lot of you may know this. As part of the Patreon, one of the things we've been doing is, it's Wednesday. Sorry. So yes, Wednesday, VJ. I do a second show, basically. I have a 45-minute commute home every day. And some days I just want to talk about geeky stuff, whether it be movies, music, television shows, things I just recently binged, things I've listened to, Magic stuff. I just put out an episode detailing all this MPL crap. I call it the ride home with Will because if I said ride to work, Mark Rosewater would shoot me. But at the end of the day, it's just kind of me just talking to you guys about stuff. Well, I ran it past our patrons. What I'm going to do is I am going to start dropping those in periodically, the older episodes. I've been doing the show for a year now. So I will drop an older episode in every couple of weeks, just to kind of let you guys hear what we're doing. So if you want to hear the latest ones, patreon.com/PlanesTalkers. And it's a whole lot of fun, and send me topics and things like that because I run out. But that's going to be happening now too. So you're going to be getting more Planestalker content. Aramis is always kind of trying to figure out exactly what he would do for that, but you know, he might come up with something. He might just do deck tech. So we're not sure yet. We're working on that.
Yeah, I would do a ride to work, but my commute is about 3 seconds. So
yeah,
it'd be a
you're
short
like you have to
podcast.
talk about your traffic, which is like the laundry bin in the hallway.
It could be Legos in the hallway. Those are dangerous.
Oh, Legos, man, that's liable to get shot.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's that. One thing I want to do, I'm gonna bring a special guest in because this person I actually owe a ton to. So we're gonna bring a special guest in, where you know, and hopefully they hop in shortly. I mean, I know that they're playing a silly game right now called, you know, RuneScape, because apparently 2005 called and it doesn't want its game back yet. But
Am I on?
not yet. You have to say at the bottom, join.
Accept the invite.
Yes. Right click, and say. I'll try it again. Hold on.
I see the invitation.
Yeah, the invitation's out there.
Where?
All right, hold on.
Do you see an invitation?
Oh, hit the little hand down there.
That says cancel request.
Just hit it again. I'll do it again.
Okay.
Hold on. Hey, how does this work, guys? I've never been a listener.
Yeah, I can't help with this one.
Yeah, I don't know what happens here.
Can we drag her in? It'd be nice.
I wish I could drag her in. I would move it.
Oh, worst case scenario, you could just bring her in front of the camera.
I could bring her in front of the camera, but she's also playing her game right now.
Oh, I see. So she's going to be
Hold on.
distracted.
Oh, at the top, honey. You have been invited to speak. Accept. Okay.
There.
Welcome.
Now I see.
Oh,
There
dear,
she
this
is.
weird. So, welcome. I have to say a special thank you to this lady and to Pam. I wish Pam could get on. Because these two people, this is my wife, Wendy, by the way, if those of you who haven't heard her voice before, but have seen her shoes fly towards my head.
With deadly accuracy, I might add.
I'm really good at that.
Yeah, she is. So we can't say enough how thankful we are, Wend, and you know, everyone else. I mean, guys, feel free to hit her up in the Discord, but I couldn't do this if she didn't let me. Like, but I don't mean that like.
Wow.
But the truth is,
Incoming.
my wife owns full veto rights on almost anything I do because a happy wife is a happy life, and she's an amazing partner. I couldn't ask for a better partner. She enables me to do this, and she's always about our success. I can't thank you enough, sweetheart. I love you so freaking much. And, you know, you are a true partner. And I know, Aramis, you probably feel the same way about Pam.
Oh yeah, I mean it's the fact that, you know, when I brought it to her attention back when we first started, I was like, hey, I'm going to be doing, you know, a podcast with Will, and she's like, oh, you're going to be, oh, okay, sure, yeah, have fun, you know, I hope you enjoy yourself. And she's always been willing to take over with our son at the end of the night, on the nights that we record. The worst I ever get is sort of like the half joking, oh, you're going to do that again? Okay, fine, I guess that's all right. You can leave me alone.
I
But
think
yeah,
when we have
she's
the
been nothing
third
but
night-
supportive. You know, she's not listening now because again, we have company right now, and she's entertaining them, and she's taking care of my son. And you know, I love you, babe. Thank you for all the support over all this. First 100, hopefully the next 100 go just as well. And this is, you know, dream come true. It's awesome.
And do you have anything you'd like to say, young Wendelin?
Yes. Does anybody play RuneScape?
LFP.
And move to the audience. I have the
Wow. Hunted. Oh no, you're dead.
You're so
You are
rude.
dead.
power. I enjoyed that more than I should.
Yeah. Yeah. Guess where you're sleeping?
With your shoes.
Yes.
But all joking aside, again, we are nothing without our wives, and I can't. This is hers as much as it is ours. I both of them. Like, I just am so amazed every day. And I mean, there are weeks where we drive them crazy because we'll be like doing, this show and then Commander Craft, and then we'll have a pre-release, and then we want to crack a box. And, by like the fourth or fifth broadcast, they're usually like, okay. How about the garbage? To which I say, where the hell are the kids?
Yeah, I don't have that excuse because my 7-year-old can't lift the garbage up yet. So.
You know what? He could. But real quick, I'm going to bring in all the rest of our guys here because, I mean, that's, so we'll bring them all in.
Hey, I have stuff we can put in the chat. You want me to put stuff in the chat?
Well, I wouldn't put it in the chat. We'll send it to them individually. We have three that hung around, so I think we should hit them up. Guys,
I see if they have a preference.
open forum. What do you guys think? How are you liking the show? Any changes you'd want us to make?
Yes.
Honestly, I enjoy your podcast.
Well, thank
Really
you.
is.
We appreciate that.
Okay, first off, RuneScape rules. So I'm gonna say it.
Oh yes, another RuneScaper.
Love it.
Yeah, I was a Final Fantasy XI
right
nerd
now.
myself, so.
I don't know what to say. I've only listened to 4 episodes.
You got some catching up to do.
I'll be honest. RuneScape is I tried it. I did. Oh dear God.
Yeah, Tutorial Island. That is it.
Yeah, I feel like 90% of RuneScape, especially now, it's all nostalgia. Like,
Oh, she's
especially
playing
since you have the
Rune Light.
mobile version. Yeah,
Yeah,
me and my wife download it. Same, like my wife puts up with all my nerd stuff. Like in our apartment right now, she goes, you can have one room, do whatever you want. I don't want to see any Star Wars stuff, any magic stuff. Leave that room. But she will absolutely nerd out with me on RuneScape.
Yeah, my wife said
Nice.
that too, and then she moved into my office.
Sorry.
Sorry, not
but
sorry.
No, legit. I did try RuneScape. I got through Tutorial Island. I couldn't get around not being able to use WASD. Like, I was like, wait, I have to click to go something. This is stupid.
That's
It's in the controls. I think you can do that.
But in any event, I can't thank you guys enough. Any other advice you'd want to give Aramis and I? Perhaps, should Aramis start drinking beer?
I would never. put
Should I
that
start to do
on.
what now?
Isn't that more of a health question? Like, can Aramis drink beer? I mean, are you
Oh, he
allergic or something?
No, it's actually just it's full disclosure. It's just a personal choice.
Yes.
Oh,
And
then don't drink beer.
I know. I'm just busting his chops. That's what I do.
He does. Yeah. See, he does this when he can because he'll never be able to get over 52-1.
Oh, do we have to bring that up again? Yeah, if you haven't
It's
listened
episode
to
100. We have to.
If you haven't listened to episode 52, D Spoons, go find that one.
I'll look for it.
It was epic.
All right.
You'll like.
Well, guys, thank you so much for making this show, not just tonight's show, but this show what it is. Aramis, let's talk historic anthology next week. I think we're at a good spot here. I don't know about you.
I just
That's
want to wish you guys good luck in the future and another 100 shows and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And
Yeah,
and
same here
Wendy's-
too. You guys do an awesome job. It's awesome listening to you guys. You guys have great segments, and I don't know. I think did I hear right that you guys are from the capital region too?
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm from Schenectady.
yeah,
Okay.
I live in
From,
I
like,
live
right
up
here.
North of Amsterdam, so I drive through
Oh, wow.
Schenectady
Okay.
every day.
I live down in Greene County, so
Oh, there you
Where
go.
do you play?
No, but I mean, I
Awesome.
love the show, guys. I think you guys do an awesome job.
thank you.
Awesome.
Much
Well,
appreciated.
Well, I'm a casual tryhard from Texas, so all y'all Yankees can have fun up there. But great show.
Y'all can keep your cows down there as far as I'm concerned.
Guys, he's in Texas. All his spoils are warped. Okay, let's be real.
Yeah.
It's hot down there.
It's way too dry down in Texas for me. I'll tell you what.
Obviously,
I love Texas.
Talking like someone who's never been down here.
I love
Actually,
it.
I would
I've
love,
been down
I would
there a
love to
bunch
visit
of times.
Austin and
No,
and
honestly,
other
I
parts of
would.
Texas.
All right, guys. Well, guys, I thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and move everybody back. We're going to go ahead and start moving ourselves down to end step here. But before we do that, Aramis, it's our 100th show, man. You got anything you want to say? The floor is yours, man. And again, I feel like I haven't given you enough props, and I've given you 1,000, but you as a broadcaster, as a podcaster, have grown so much in the past 100 episodes, in the past 2.5 years. You're the only co-host I would want for the show. You are 100%. I am so thankful that we went to that Christmas party that year as you were quitting and, came up with this idea, because I have not had any cause to regret it. I love broadcasting, but I love broadcasting with you even more, and I don't know that I'd do it without you. So thank you, man. Thank you for coming alongside me. But that would be what I would say.
Yeah, well, I mean, thank you, obviously, Will, for, having the idea. I mean, we randomly talked about it in the hallway one day after lunch, because we used to work together, for those of you who don't know. And on our lunch breaks, I'd go to his office and we'd play Magic.
And he cleaned my clock, by the way.
Oh, I would absolutely wreck his shit every week.
Oh, regularly.
We ended up starting the place where we worked had underprivileged youth, we'll say that.
Yeah,
and we actually were able to start up a club every week after the working hours where we would hang out with these kids and play Magic. And for a lot of them, this was like the only chance they got to have like meaningful recreation. And that went on for a while until I left. You kept it going for a while after that, until you left.
Going another year and a half, until I left.
Yeah, and it's just randomly having that opportunity to meet someone who plays Magic after I had been out of the game for a while, getting back. You brought me back into the game, which I'm sure you regret every day afterwards.
Not at all. Not once.
But this podcast has been like far and beyond my wildest expectations of what this podcast could be. I'm excited for the future. If this ever went away, I would never podcast again, because you're the only one that I trust.
Yeah, I can definitely say the same thing. Here's the deal, guys. I love doing this show. I've been broadcasting for the past 20 years practically, and this is the most fun I've had. It's the only way I'd want to do it. I appreciate everything, but most of all, I really feel like I need to say two final things. Is that we've praised our wives, we've praised each other. I need to praise, first of all, Kerwins. Thank you for coming alongside this show. It's been 1.5 years now. They have been a sponsor of ours. They, it has been a mutually beneficial arrangement. They let us call an event last year, which we can't wait to do again, hopefully. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. They constantly are checking on us, making sure that, working on the relationship, seeing ways we can improve it, whatever. They are a wonderful sponsor to have. Again, kgsonline.com. Make sure you use the PlanesTalker code at checkout, because that lets them know that you came through us. If you go to Kerwin's, mention the show to those guys, please. All right, because they are an incredible, incredible store. They came through COVID. Steve's kind of working more behind the scenes now, but he's got a great staff there of awesome people, like just incredible people. You're not going to find anyone more knowledgeable. Kerwin's Game Store is wonderful, but I also want to say Professor Bonds, Gamers Revolt, they've been on the show. Next week, we're going to have another game store on the show. We're going to have Heroes, Flights of Fantasy. They've come back. They have a new store. They've renamed it. So we're going to have the owner of that on to talk about what they've done and how they dealt with the COVID situation, because it's kind of been our thing. You guys know we're a champion of the LGS. If you are not in the capital region, find your LGS. Please don't buy your cards just at Target. Well, you can't anymore. Or Walmart. Go to your LGS. Support your small businesses. But with that, I also need to say thank you to you guys, not just our patrons. All right, we give a lot of props to our patrons. Thank you to each of you. There are a lot of listeners out there that aren't patrons, but you know what? You come every week, you interact with us, you send us stuff. Oh, we have a call. I should play that before we finish up here. We did have somebody who called in. They couldn't make the podcast, so here's that.
Will and Aramis, congratulations on 100 episodes. I found you guys about episode 70, and it's been a fun ride so far. As far as MTG podcasts are concerned, you guys are my absolute favorite. I'm sure this has been one hell of a ride for you guys, and it has been just as much a one for me. Keep doing what you're doing, and you'll definitely make it to episode 200, maybe even 500. Catch you later. Much love from Montana Menace.
Did you hear that?
I did. I heard every word. That was fantastic.
All right, cool.
Thank you
That
so
was
much,
really
Montana
great.
Menace.
Yes. And we also got an email from somebody who also wanted to kind of sing our praises a little bit. So I'll pull that up. I just had my Outlook closed because, oh my God, my computer has bad memory and I just really don't want it to crash. And you know what? On second thought, let's just keep.
I could probably see if I could pull it up.
No, because I don't think they sent it to podcast. I think they sent it to Will. I have to double check though. Wendy Benson. That was we did the delivery today. Huh.
No, I have.
I'm part of Walmart Plus. I'm part of Walmart Plus. Best $12 you'll ever spend. So Aaron contacted us. He's like, my name is Aaron, Azza on Discord. I'm from the UK. I recently joined your Discord after reaching your 99th episode. I am not able to make your call-in show, so I thought I'd share with you my MTG story by email and would love for you to read it on the 100th episode. My story started one day. Should I do a British accent? My story started one day when I went to my sister's house and saw my brother-in-law playing this strange card game.
Make so much fun of you.
I started watching and was drawn in by the artwork and the basic principles of the game, and I got gifted my first deck on the Christmas of 2015. Ooh, Battle for Zendikar. Yeah, I remember that. Black-red aggro deck. I had that deck, and from there my love of the game started. I quickly fell in love with the Eldrazi and still do to this day. They are my favorite creature type. I could never keep up with Standard due to lack of income at the time, but luckily for me, our F&M group just plays casual. So I'd rock in with my Eldrazi and would still do the same to this day. And have since made varying decks on my own, and with the help of my brother-in-law, my 3 favorite 60-card decks are Blue Colorless Eldrazi, my Merfolk Counters deck, and my Mono Blue Mill deck.
I like him already.
I don't like him. No, I'm kidding. Thank you, Aaron. I just messing with it. Which I can mill a whole library in one turn with only 2 cards. Okay, so that's got to be Frenzy and the fish that takes half your deck.
It could be Maddening Cacophony and Lord, what the hell, Bruviac or whatever it is, the mill guy from Jumpstart that can do it.
And we now have moved into more of a commander play group where I rock my Zakama deck. God dang it!
Yes. Hold on a second. For the folks watching the stream, we're just going to do that. Thank you.
Jerk. So it's on the weakest in the play group, but I can still dominate a few games. My next plan is to make a Muldrotha Graveyard Recursion deck. And that's my story to date. Keep up the great work. Can't wait for more episodes, as currently I have nothing to listen to at work. You two are great. Hopefully I can catch an FB stream sometime when I'm on my late shifts. Yeah, because he's in the UK. I was like, dude, hop in. He's like, I'm in London. I'm like, what? So what are you doing at 1 o'clock in the morning? Jesus, come on. What's your problem? So
as a dude,
yeah,
check the Discord. There's a deck list section for Commander Craft. My Zakama deck list is on there. It'll take some doing. Some of the singles are expensive, but if you get to that point, your play group will hate you.
Yes, because we hate Aramis. So thank you for that, guys. You can always email us and stuff. We'll talk about that in end step, but I think we can safely hop out. What do you think, Aramis? I think this has been a really, really successful 100th episode.
Guys who called in, hang out after the show.
Yes, hang out. We'll bring you into the thing when we're done post game here. Or you can just reach them. You can message them the codes. We have codes. Is basically what it is. So
yes,
you can go into the Discord or to the you can go into Discord, right click them and message. So do you have 3 or 4?
I have 3. I have one for it's 6 packs. They're all arena codes, all pre-release codes. So if you've redeemed codes for Strixhaven pre-release or Zendikar pre-release, these won't work for you. If you haven't, I will give one to each of you.
Yes, so thank you. All right, so Wendy doesn't get one because she doesn't need it. So, all right, with
That's your
that, I guess it's time for us to. I almost don't want to. I'm having too much fun, but it's we're at an hour and 20, so let's go to.
End step.
All right, so as we're packing up our decks and putting them in their boxes, rolling off the play mats, grabbing the pizza boxes and putting them by the trash, because damn it, your mother still does not work in this game store, and I didn't say video store. Yes!
It only took 100 episodes.
Shut the hell up. We want to remind you guys that we have a Twitch. God damn it, now! We have a Twitch channel where we stream all sorts of content. Just look up PlanesTalkers Podcast on Twitch. That's our handle. And you can also follow me on Twitch at Mindcrime73. I have started playing DC Universe Online pretty regularly again. I'm actually creating a villain character, so that's what I'm streaming. Occasionally I'll throw it through the Planestalker, but for the most part, if you really want to catch that, Mindcrime73 is where you do it. And don't you RuneScapers make fun of DCU Online, because it's a better game.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Wow. So anyway, I'm staying out of that particular war. If you'd rather interact with the show in a more real-time fashion, do like you were doing tonight, join our Discord. Discord.planestalkerspodcast.com. It's a great community. As you saw, we had people calling in to be able to chat with us. We may do this again because this was fun. I liked it.
This was fun.
So yeah, discord.planestalkerspodcast.com. Join it. Drop us a line. We'd be happy to hear from you. Happy to chat with you. If Twitter is more your speed, we post when we go live. We tweet other things occasionally. You can find us there at PlanesTalkerPod.
And my personal Twitter is at WR Benson. Now, I really don't tweet all that often on there. I tend to just follow the things I'm really interested in, like, President Donald Trump. He's one of my favorite Twitter people, as is the COVID virus itself. I follow that on Twitter, and, the Death Star. So, of course, you can always also follow us on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/Planestalker. Like and follow our page there. And don't forget, we also do an awesome show on Wednesday nights called Commander Craft. It's where we play Paper Commander live with each other. We have webcams and we use the spell table. It's a lot of fun. It's open to any listener. Patrons obviously get first dibs. We do it Wednesday nights, though. 7 Eastern is around when we start to get things ready to go to play. We'd love to have you guys interact with us on there and play with us, especially any of you guys hanging tonight. You have an open invitation as well. So please let us know and tune in on Wednesdays to follow us when we play Commander, and it's Degenerate, and Aramis plays that stupid Sakama deck.
Well, yeah, like I said, you get a reprieve this week because I won't be there. And next week when we play, it will be not Sakama, but there is a deck that I had to rework a little bit, so that's ready to go.
Shit.
But finally, if you want to email the show, you can do that. We had an email read tonight. We will read your emails on the show, unless they're just terrible, in which case we'll read them and make fun of them. If you have a question about the show, maybe a suggestion or a story like we had tonight, we'll read it. There's 3 email addresses you can use to get in contact with us. If you send it to podcast@planestalkerspodcast.com, it will go to both of us. We will both be able to read it, both be able to respond, or like I said before, read it on the show. If you email will@planestalkerspodcast.com, it will go just to Will, so he can see it by himself. If you email aramis@planestalkerspodcast.com, it will go to me, and I will be able to read it by myself and then tell them how much people don't like Will's decks because Omnath sucks.
Yeah, but listen, by the way, Elizabeth in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, Aramis is still happily married. You can stop sending me emails trying to get me to get you a date or his number. I'm not doing it. Aramis is a happily married man, and Pamela is a gem. You can't win. So Elizabeth from Oshkosh, Wisconsin,
actually kill you.
Yes, you just give it up. I'm thankful for you. Now, if you become a patron, we might be able to work something out. But until then, all right, he's a happily married man.
Everybody's got a price, right?
And apparently for me, $5 a month. for your fidelity, $5 a month is worth it for me.
Wow.
Look, I'm not cheap.
That's gonna end well. I'm gonna get shot by Pam. All right.
I'm gonna help.
Yeah, you're dead.
Finally, we want to remind you guys of one other thing as well. iTunes reviews. Please, if you have an iPhone, there's no reason not to. Go onto the iTunes and leave us a review. It is a really great way to put eyes on the show. If you don't have an iPhone, if you could download it to your Windows computer, iTunes, and just go there and do it, that would really be helpful. Put a 5-star review and leave some comments. Tell us how much you love the show, how good looking I am, how much you love the beard. Like, put in there how much you love the beard. Because I need to make sure that Wendy reads that. Because every once in a while she gets a little angry about the beard. So, but with that, I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out and listening and just being a part of this show for not just tonight, but for 100 episodes. We will be back next Monday. We will be interviewing the game store owner, the one who took over Flights of Fantasy, as well as going through any other news and stuff going on. And Wednesday night is Commander Craft. Don't miss that. Stick around, those of you in the listening room. We got some stuff for you. But for Aramis Perez, this is Will Benson saying thank you for 100 wonderful shows. Thank you for being listeners. And we want to remind you to always keep some of your mana untapped because you never know when you need it. Take care. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. And we're out. Okay.
Who wants free stuff?
Yeah. So let me bring them in here. Well, you know what? Just send them. We're gonna send you guys a message. You know what? I'll bring them in. What the hell? We can hang. For
Yeah, I want preferences here.
It's post game here. We're in post show here. So all right. So this is what we do post show, guys. While I'm usually downloading the tracks, which I have to do right now.
How are you guys doing?
What's going
Thank you
on?
so much for calling in.
Dude,
It was a
that
good
was
show.
really great, guys.
Loved
Thank
it.
you so much.
No problem.
All right, so
I don't really have to
have
do any editing.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird for you. There's gonna be like certain
I'll
things you don't
upload
have
it
to do. And
tonight.
you're like, wait, did I do that? So guys,
I'm just gonna upload it.
I
tonight. I'm
have
not even gonna edit
a
it.
code for 6 packs of Zendikar Rising, and I have 2 codes for 6 packs of Strixhaven. The only catch is that you can't have redeemed these codes for pre-release already. So if you guys have a preference, let me know. I will private message you a code.
Well,
I already did my Zendikar pre-release.
yeah, I've already redeemed the codes for both of those. So
Oh, I didn't do any of that.
Do you have anybody-
I have not fired Arena in a while, so.
Hey, do any of you want to get somebody? Well, Todd Reich, by the way, Aramis, on our Twitch, he had to step out early, but he was the first caller in, so you can also hit him up. But if any of you have anyone you want to put into crack, first one's free, sort of thing.
I can give you guys if you've redeemed them both, I can give one to you anyway, and you can give it to a friend that maybe has started playing Arena.
I'm trying to get my friends to join me.
That might
Well, there
entice
you
them
go.
6 free packs.
well, my brother's already in, and so is my best friend, because those are who I used to play with before. Well, when COVID started, those are the only people I could play with. So yeah, I don't have anybody else to do. So I don't have a lot of other people to play Magic.
That's cool. That's
guys.
cool. So
That's
I guess is anyone able to get the Zendikar pack?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I haven't done any of the pre-release stuff, so I'm good for either actually.
All right, I'll send you the Zendikar one. Hold on, let me figure out how to send you a message.
I just wanted
Right
to come on and chat. I didn't
click
even know
them.
there was codes.
Well, bam, there you go.
There we go. How's
Right
that?
click them and say message, Aramis. You can right click them and say.
That's what I'm doing. Yep, I'm sending a message. Just want to make sure that I'm typing it correctly. Is that an I or an L?
Oh, my camera froze.
Oh,
Honestly, you guys
it's
are
an
like
I,
my
yeah.
best ride.
Oh, I guess we can get out of the Zoom call, Aramis.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'm gonna close Zoom.
You're still on?
All right, so yeah, I'm still here. All right, so that one. Let me just make sure this one looks good. All right, so it's case sensitive, and here comes your code for 6 packs of Zendikar Rising.
Oh, gotcha. Sweet
Oh,
deal.
we're still streaming, by the way, FYI.
No worries, no worries. All right, so I have the 2 Strixhaven ones that are left. So I'll give one to each of you, and then you can do with it as you please. Does that sound cool?
I will definitely use the Strixhaven. I haven't bought a pre-release yet.
There you go.
There you go.
Take them
And-
with my blessings.
So I'll type these in. Yeah, because like I already redeemed these, and I had a bunch of pre-release kits, and it's like I want to be able to have somebody use these things, because why the hell not?
I've got them somewhere too on my desk, but I can't find a damn thing on this damn thing lately. So,
And you guys took time out to call in and talk to us,
Yeah,
which is
to
like,
hang out.
why the hell not?
Yeah, you
Boom,
guys were a
Strixhaven
major
Strixhaven
part of this
Anytime
show.
to do my ride.
Well, guys, thank you very much for hanging with us tonight. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's like super cool. You guys do call-in episodes. That's
It's
it's
the
definitely
first
like
time
way
we've
more fun
tried
to
it
listen to. Like,
successfully.
if we weren't on it, it's definitely a good listen.
I think we tried it last year for the 50th episode, and we couldn't make it work or something. So
Yeah, we had
this is kind of
issues with
cool.
that one.
Yeah, we figured it out, but that's mostly thanks to Commander Craft too. Like, because we figured out how to use Discord. So yes, thank you guys.
At the beginning of this, I did not know how to use Discord. I was so Discord illiterate. I had the Twitch on in the background, and I'm echoing like a sieve, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, it took me a minute to figure it out, but God.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm on my phone.
Yeah,
No,
I can
you
tell,
know
but
what?
that's
You
all
sounded
right,
better
dude.
than I did, though, because
Yeah.
I'm echoing like no
You're
one's
good
business.
now, man. We don't hear the echo, so
Thank God.
This was
I started
really.
in my office. I'm on my way home now.
There you go.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
we could
All right,
not
guys.
have done this without you. Thank you so much, guys. We're gonna, Eris and I got to do a little business here, but we will talk to you guys later. You guys have a good one. All right, have a
Awesome,
good one,
man.
guys. Thanks
Enjoy your
again.
weeks, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.
And all right, cool. It's just you and me. All right, cool. So I will get somebody to hop. Oh, we're still on the. I'm gonna stop the stream too, I guess.
Yeah, have a good night, guys. Thank you for the 100th episode.
Thank you
This was
so
fantastic.
much, guys. Let me find OBS though, because it's closed in like 1,000 windows here. All right, guys. Thank you very much again. We will be back next week, and